Sorry, I was gonna start this video, but I realized that I had pepper spray in my pocket. Oh no. That's gonna bother some of you, and that's gonna bother some of you. And I don't know what to do about that. None of this seems exactly right. How do all the beauty gurus do it? I don't. Oh, that's a blanket that I put in the washer like literally 7 times because I would put it in the washer every night and then forget to put it in the dryer, and so I just kept washing it every day over again because I thought it would get moldy, and it's moldy, so that's its little holding den until I put it into a garbage can. Hi, my name is Helbig. If you do not know, now you know. Your life is different now. Welcome to a video in which I woke up this morning and I just wanted to film a video. I haven't had that genuine urge in a second, so I thought I'd act on it before my anxiety and insecurity kind of tackled that idea to the ground and told me no. I went on Twitter and I asked you guys for questions. We're doing a basic bitch Q&A video. Not that they're basic bitch questions, it's just that Q&A videos are kind of the iced coffee of YouTube videos. You know this. Doing Q&A videos is slightly hard because I feel like I talk about so much of my life on the podcast I do with MAMRIE. This might get weird. Segue. We're doing a tour. We're in the midst of being on tour right now. All the links to tickets if you want to come see us live are in the description. Q&A videos always feel like I'm kind of talking about things that I might have already talked about on the podcast, which is candid and fun and wild and free and zany and silly, and you can't unhear a lot of it. It took my family a long time to figure out YouTube. I'm so glad that they haven't figured out podcasts yet, so let's get into your question. What's your best advice on how to not screw up college? Just nail it.
No.
Don't get too hammered. Sock it to them. Aim for that honorable wrench in. What are tools? What are tools? What are tools? I'm one. Can you write me a letter of recommendation so I can get into law school? Okay. To whom it may concern. Gay crimes, aka at the chubby nerd, should be allowed to educate themselves on law in order to defend civilians. XOXO Grace Girl. That work? Do I need to drive 6 hours to Minneapolis, or are y'all going to do a show in Chicago at some point this year? As of now, all of the tour dates are locked in, and we do not have any other future dates locked in yet, but you guys will be the first to know. Oh God, am I having adult female puberty right now? That was the weirdest throat sensation. That's what she said. Me said, barely, because something happened in my throat. Oh, it was like a ghost was down my esophagus and then just squirmed their way up. Whew. You know, if you had to date a fast food mascot, which one would you choose? I would choose Grimace. I thought about this for like 3 seconds, and Grimace is the one I would choose because I feel like we're both introverts a little bit. We surround ourselves with more extroverted characters, and we'd understand like giving each other space, not wanting to offend each other. I feel like we would just be really emotionally distant and also physically distant. I don't know that there's any way to romantically Grimace, so that'd be chill. I would date Grimace and we'd live in 2 separate houses and just masturbate separately. What's the most basic item of clothing you own? So, I'm graduating college next spring. What do I do now? Panic completely. Don't try to use your education and apply it to real life in order to move you forward in the socioeconomic world in which we all have to try to thrive in. Truly just regress. Don't ask for help. Don't take opportunities that present themselves. Don't network. Don't find communities of like-minded people. Stay inside. Stay safe. Do not thrive. Are you okay? No. No one's okay. What's the definition of okay? What is the definition of okay?
This is an informal term. As an exclamation, it means used to express assent, agreement, or acceptance. Do you want to hear the next one?
No! It's used to express assent. If it's used to express assent, then yeah, I am okay because I got a strong odor coming from me today. Whoo! That has reached. Thoughts on taking time off from school? Yeah, if that makes sense for you, school and education will always be there. I also think school is one of those things that you have to be in the right mindset to absorb it. Because one, it's super expensive. It's okay in my book to like take your time and figure out when your brain sponge is ready to absorb the education grime. If you go through school and like your sponge is still that stiff, unmoist like just straight out of the package thing. You just spent a lot of money on what? Buying plastic bottles of vodka and getting drunk with people that you made mistakes with. That can happen at any age. I went to school and look at me now. I got a giraffe head and a moldy blanket on my floor. Why do I keep caring about someone who doesn't care about me? I've talked to them and still nothing has changed. What do? I feel like I have to put so much effort into them. It's pointless to stop caring, but I also don't want to look stupid for giving up after doing so much. Give the f up and move on. Here, okay, clunky metaphor, because we're great at this. Think about the worst movie that you've ever seen. You walked away from that movie being like, that was terrible, ugh. On to the next one. That movie had hundreds of people working on it. So much effort put into this thing that from the outside looking in, you were like, that's no good, move on. Your relationship to you might feel like you've put tens of hours of a day into it and it's the most important thing in your world. You think the people that worked on the movie Hitch, that put so much time and energy into that film, like, have any good customer interaction memories from your days as a waitress? I was the best, most unremarkable waitress you could ever imagine. I have no truly great stories because I was so amazingly average that my interactions were so mundane, so bland, so not exciting that I have no way to answer this question in a thrilling, remarkable way. If you were on Shark Tank, what would you pitch to the sharks? Classic t-shirts with built-in armpit absorption situations. We'll call it Under Armour. It's perfect. Grace, do you have any writing advice? Do it! Do you have a feeling/motivation for getting off your butt and doing something creative and feeling particularly blocked recently? I've kind of realized because I was just working on this project with a bunch of animals on set, and animals that are trained to be on sets are a very particular type of animal with very particular handlers, and you have to be very particular about the way that you interact with them because the slightest thing can throw them off emotionally and then they don't perform correctly. So you have to give the animal time and space to go reset itself and come back and be okay. And that's what my brain is. My brain is like a show dog or like a show cat. I need to give it some space and time to go reset itself and not force it to just be on all the time. I'm starting high school next year. Do you have any advice? Also, just know that this is impossible for you to understand, but just know that high school, the 4 years, are not the most important years of your life. And if they are, yikes. What is something that surprises you no matter how often it happens? When I travel and I get to my flight on time and I get to board the plane and I'm sitting on the plane and then they take off and I get to the destination that was intended when I booked the ticket, I'm shocked. What happens when someone who is basic wears acid wash jeans? Hydrolysis, please. I don't know if that's even the correct sort of pun here. I googled it, Phil. I googled it. This is the craziest thing about the internet. I asked for questions and I got 2 amazing scientist astronauts just responding to these things. This is so nuts. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below answering any of the— Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below answering any of the questions that I responded to on your own. And don't forget that MAMRIE and I are going on tour. We are currently on tour if you're watching this video now. So get your tickets down below. And I don't know. Hydrolysis, please. You add something and you get a salt solution and it's the internet's nuts.